Happy Monday, everyone. I hope you're super excited. I'm always keen to geek out with you and review your open source projects. And today I'm joined by Pradumna. Those of you probably all know who Pradumna is already, always helping you out on GitHub, on Twitter, on Discord. But just in case you don't know, Pradumna, please give yourself an intro.
Hey, I'm Pradumna and I'm open source advocate, GitHub ambassador, and a DevOps and API developer. Yeah, looking forward to reviewing the awesome projects. Yeah.
Awesome. And if you want to follow Pradumna, which I highly recommend you do, follow the open source tips. Pradumna's Twitter link is in the description below, so go check it out. So the plan for today, everyone, you've seen the drill 100 times, but just in case you're new here, let me know if it's your first, second, 10th time here, or you can't remember, but it means you've been here multiple times. But what we'll do is we'll go through the list. We've got 21 pages to go through. We'll go through the list for about half of the live stream, and then for the second half, we'll pick out people from the chat who have been here from the beginning and review your open source projects, your profiles, give you some feedback, give you some shout out. So yes, but before we get started, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. It really helps support the channel. So Pradumna, shall we go? Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. But I always, when you started reviewing, I always think when we go into the single page, it's always in 2 digits. It's a dream come true when we hit the single digit. Yeah.
Yes, it is. We've had quite a few submitted, and actually I want to start from next week, start reviewing people's GitHub sponsors page. So we might get a few more numbers up, but it's always good fun. And great to see lots of people here in the chat already. We've got Srikar, I'm going to pronounce his names wrong, so I'm so sorry. Parampreet, Rakesh, how you doing? Awesome to have you here. Rakesh, I'm doing good. Pradumna, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing absolutely well, and thank you for Rakesh being so active and on our projects as well as on the community. Yeah, thank you so much.
Exactly. And apparently it's Tom's first time, so welcome, Tom. We all know it's not. Tom has been here from very early days, always helping, and he's reviewing so many of your projects on GitHub, which is amazing. So you'll notice a lot of the ones we look through, Tom's already given some feedback, which is amazing. Also, I missed out a few people. Sorry, is it Gore? Aryan, sorry for my bad pronunciation. Ashwani. Okay, lots of people. Super excited. Adil, let's get started, right? I'm keen to look at some projects, so let's have a look. So I'll bring up the oldest one first. So we're still in July 2021, so I'm like a year behind. Let's see how it goes. Why is my internet going so slowly?
Yeah, I think it's a worldwide outrage.
Yeah, I just never seen it so slow. Come on, let's go. I should have opened it beforehand. GitHub, don't let me down. Here we go. Oh, it's a portfolio, but I think it didn't have a GitHub link, so I skipped it last time. Let me just double check it and see. It needs to be an open source project. They do have GitHub. I'm not going to hunt around for it, so I'll leave a comment later on. So let me just leave that open so I don't forget. Let's move on to the next one. Should have opened a few of these in one go. Okay. Again, there is no, not doing very well, not a good start. There is no GitHub link. So let's go again.
I think, Eddie, we should leave some comments or some add them,
Yeah.
and lately, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say I've left them open, so after the live stream, I will leave a comment and say we need the GitHub link as well. We can probably find it, but I don't want to hunt around on the live stream. I will do it afterwards. So yes, come on, get upload. Where's my internet? I don't know what is going on. We are going to get started, and we're going to review not everyone's, as many as we can do. Let's see. How's everyone's Monday going? I hope you all contribute to open source today. And while you're waiting, check out Pradumna's Twitter, link in the description below. And also, that doesn't look like my internet issue. That's not so good. GitHub can't be down. Is it slow for anyone else? Let me know, everyone. No server is currently available. I might take a screenshot of that, like a good tweet for later, I think. And say, worst day when GitHub is down. Yeah, exactly.
I think at the later point of time, the screenshot will be used. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Um, Hey Avi, how you doing? It's late for you, Avi. You always stay up to watch my live streams. Thank you so much. I really think we have a problem with GitHub. Oh, it's back. Okay, so here we go. We've got profile link and we've got changes in profile. Again, we might need to update the template so it's clear that people need to add a GitHub link. Okay, so let's go back a page. I'm navigating around GitHub and it's not looking good. Is anyone else on GitHub at the moment? Let me know how it's going for you as well. Oh, it's people saying no. So GitHub's not working for me too. Okay, so it's not just me. Oh, it's fine for other people though.
Yeah,
Could be
it's working on
location.
that.
Okay, let's have a look. Let's bring up the next one. Okay, we've got a GitHub profile. Let's go, right? Now we're cooking on gas. Let's go. So, come on. Just, it's like dial-up internet. A lot of you are probably too young to remember that. I need a dial-up sound. Okay, it's loaded. So what does... yeah, good question. I was just checking if I was on VPN. I'm not on a VPN at the moment. I did turn it off before the live stream. So, yeah, let's get going though. Right. Okay. So what do you all think? I want everyone's opinion on this. So what's your first impressions, Pradumna?
I think it's good. I like the person has a GitHub organization. Yeah, extra 10 points for that. But
Yes.
one thing I really noticed recently that Safari as well as some browser don't support animated GIFs. So
Yep.
it might be problematic for for example, many of the review generally recruiters or something like that use Mac. So it might be an issue for that. And other than that, it's look good and the code block looks good as well.
That's true. I really like how they've used the left and right columns. I think that's like really, really nice.
Yeah.
But this is an animated GIF on the right. I think this is going to be an animated SVG or what's it called? WebP or whatever it is. So those have trouble on Mac. So you're right. People need to think about a Mac. And also, I wonder how it looks in dark mode as well.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're right. It's first impressions. A recruiter or a hiring manager might not understand like, oh, it's a Mac or so forth. So it's just that first impression. So it's definitely worth being considerate
Yeah.
or take those in considerations.
If you remember, when I first created my repo and the first time I reviewed my profile, that was the first point, and it was not visible on your browser, and you just pointed out, oh, what is the blank space? But it was some SVG. But later I removed that because I think plain banner or some plain images works more well. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's got, I think, one thing that I noticed is it's got two animated things on the screen. I think just having one
Yeah.
is enough. I think when you have too much, it's it's a bit distracting. So I think they could make more use of the description because they've got hi, I'm, Mohit, and they've put a link to their GitHub, which we're already on their GitHub. So I feel they're kind of wasting that use of that description. And I think for the username is sometimes not their name, and that's fine. But you should put their name up here, I think, as well, so people can search for you on Google. Like, let people hire you. If people like have your resume or find you on LinkedIn or Twitter, and they're trying to find you on GitHub because they want to hire you, make it easier for them. Or vice versa, if they found you on GitHub and they want to go and search for you to find your LinkedIn so they can send you a message or Twitter, then people want to copy and paste that name and go find it. So make it easier for people. Highly recommend it. I also recommend putting in the location. I'm quite
Yeah.
passionate about this because it helps with time zones, just to know where people are and so forth.
One of the reason I should prefer location as well, because if someone is running some kind of API, so GitHub APIs and searching for the profiles, it will not fetch according to the location. It will just show the blank and your profile will
That's
skip.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. And we've got a great question from Rakesh saying, what do you think of having a banner? I think banners are good because it's a bit like on Twitter or on YouTube. You always have that banner, right? Just that kind of, it shouldn't be too big, but I think just that first impression. What do people think? Can you hook them to look further? So, we've come to this profile. What's the first impression? Well, this animated, whatever it is, doesn't work so well, but this code looks good. So I'm thinking, okay, let me look a bit deeper into what they've got going on and scroll down. So it's quite a long, very long profile. Okay, so let's go a bit further down. So second page. Actually, let me hit space and go to the second page. So skills, I think, are good. I think it's important to have a skills section. What do you think of these trophies, or having the trophies? Not the
Personally,
value of them, but
personally, I'm not a very fan of trophies because I think people generally don't have time to skim through the trophies and look out what are the. And second thing I noticed that the person having skills and technologies and tools, I think it's too, there is too much going on. It's hard to navigate and understand what the person is trying to portray. Yeah, I think yeah, that's maybe from my side. Yeah.
yeah, no, I think that's you're right. And also, I noticed that like the links are centered, but the tools and technologies look like they're left aligned. So it's just having
Correct.
consistency. I'm not a huge fan of these trophies because they look quite busy. They don't really mean much to me, so I literally just skip over them. And then if I go to if I hit space again and do a whole page jump down again, that's pretty interesting. I think that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I first time I saw this kind of graphs.
Yeah, I think I've seen them a couple of times. You can get a plugin for VS Code, and it records kind of what technologies you use and stuff. I don't think it's massively accurate, but it could be quite fun and interesting. It's different at the moment, right? It's a bit new, like you said, you haven't seen it, so I think that's quite interesting. When you see everybody
No, no,
doing it, maybe
just
it's
below
not
that.
so fun. Oh, this one below, yeah, this looks pretty
Yeah,
cool. It does look good.
yeah,
3D
it's
kind
something
of
different.
graph with the so commit, repo,
Yeah,
review, pull request, issue. It looks good. I think it looks good, but I think it could be halved. And in my opinion, I
yeah,
would
absolutely.
probably remove the trophies, remove the profile views and visitors. What's the difference between profile views and visitors? I'm quite curious because obviously this is different in number, but would they not be
no,
the
that
same?
may be, yeah, maybe the visitors are unique and profile views are not unique. That might be a possibility.
Ah, okay, got you. Makes sense. Um, so Rakesh is saying GitHub City. Ah, okay, maybe that's what it's called. And then Ariane says these aren't the trophies aren't dark mode friendly. Also, don't like how they're split on two lines. I think it just takes up a lot of space. Um, but otherwise, looks good. I think they could get some more code reviews and issues and pull requests in. They've got npm. They contribute to npm, which is nice. So that's good. Overall, I think it's good. I think it looks good, but it could probably have some improvements. But these are living kind of projects, so keep improving them all the time. So Mohit looks good. Great start. Suggest maybe trying to reduce it a bit. It's probably the one tip. Actually, let me write that down. I should write these down. So lots of
One,
suggestions. Lots of suggestions already by other people, which is great.
yeah, one thing I really
Yeah,
like
tell
about
me.
it, yeah, having the blog post in your profile and running action for that, I really like because it's show your current work, and I think it's more natural that you are learning about some technology and have some skill set regarding that technology if you are writing a blog because you need some skill.
Yeah, that's true. So hopefully this is updated by GitHub Action. It's definitely worth having it. I think that's a really good idea. My GitHub Action is actually broken at the moment for my YouTube videos to update it. I don't know why. I need to check out why that's suddenly broken. Maybe the YouTube API or something changed. Suggest making the customized profile shorter. Yep. Is are the it was animations are the animations Mac friendly, Safari I should say, Safari friendly. What else have we got? Anyone else made some suggestions in the chat? Don't want to miss it. By the way, everyone, while I'm making these notes, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So what else did we suggest? They've been like top languages. They've made this collapsible. I think you should make other stuff collapsible as well. I'll probably leave it. Yeah. What else? What else did we say? Oh, description. Yes. Make use of the GitHub bio description. Okay, I'm going to leave that for now. Let's move on to the next one. And hopefully GitHub doesn't die on us. All good. Let's go. Oh, it's fast, much faster now. Get another GitHub profile. Okay, cool. So again, not again, sorry, I didn't say this yet on this live stream. Having a profile picture, I think, is really important. I think it kind of just makes you like more human, the person like watching it or looking at it, if they're going to hire you and so forth. I think it just improves your chances, in my opinion. I don't know what everyone else thinks. Let me know in the chat. Pradumna, what do you think? Pradumna probably has some internet connection issues. So I like it that they've made use of the description and they've got a location because you kind of know what time zone they're in. They've got their Twitter. Part of GitHub organization, yes. Hopefully you're all joined as well. Avi, get some rest. Thank you so much for coming to say hi, and I look forward to chatting to you tomorrow. Okay, yeah, quite lengthy. I'm not a fan of the top languages due to its calculated on the size for the Jupyter Notebook. Also rendered images are calculated. That's why it's like 99%. Ah, interesting. Yeah. I remember I used it and it was picking up languages that I'd done for like many years, like 6+ years ago. And so that was the main focus. And so it wasn't current languages. Sarah's the best photographer. She's not here. She's not watching. She can't hear you. I won't tell her. I'm the best photographer. Thank you so much, Rakesh. But yeah, the having a profile picture I think is important. Yeah. Bullet point list or block text to what you bullet point list or block text. I prefer bullet point list. I think I think this is easier to read, but I don't like reading. That's why I like bullet points all the time. When people send me emails with bullet points, I'm so happy. When people send me like a wall of text, it's like too much. Let me see. I think Pradumna is still having some technical issues, so we'll carry on and we'll catch up with Pradumna shortly. Hopefully he can join back shortly. GitHub stats. I think it's just too much statistics here. It's in like it's taking a whole page of stats. But they've got to connect with me, which I think is important. I always like to connect with people on LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter mostly. Okay, mostly GitHub and Twitter. But it looks good. And maybe what do you all think? Let me leave this on the screen while I start making some notes. Let's have a look. How many thumbs up have we got on the live stream, by the way? I think we've got 36 people online. We've got like 24 thumbs up. Let's see if we can get to like 100 thumbs up. And we will be reviewing everyone not everyone, but as many people from who's watching that we can. Oh, Pradumna is back. They're disconnecting their camera, I think, at the moment. Okay, and reach me via email. I think it's a really great way to reach someone. I just have my Twitter DMs open. I think you can't remove items. Try to use. Where's it gone? Yeah, exactly. If you really don't want to, I think it's a great tip, Ami. Thank you so much for the suggestion. If you really don't want to remove an item, like say if someone really wants to keep this graph at the bottom, but they want to make it shorter, then they should use the collapsible stuff. At least this isn't too long. Okay, we have Pradumna back. Okay, awesome. Hi, Shreya. Everything okay, Pradumna? No problem. It happens. What do we think about the GitHub diamond to the contributors graph? I think we should try and get this balanced. I think it's very hard to do it, so it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't need 25% on each of them. But just a little bit, like this is clearly very heavy. I wonder what mine is. I bet I'm kind of giving tips here, and I'm not even. I bet you I don't even practice what I preach. Let me see. Yeah, see, I need to do more pull requests. That's something I'm going to start doing from today, not tomorrow. I need more pull requests. But let's have a look at Pradumna's. Pradumna's is probably really good.
But I think your graph is far balanced because yours is not commit heavy. You have issues as well as code review. That is great because it's not a pull request side, but yeah, having a balanced graph on the issues and.
This one looks much better. So Pradumna's looks much better than mine. So well done, Pradumna. This is awesome. You've updated this since I last saw it. This looks really good. Okay.
You reviewed last in live stream.
Okay. Yeah. It looks really good. Okay, so let me make some. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let me make some notes on this one. So what do we start with? I love the description. Love the profile picture. Part of the organization. Bullet point list. I think hide some of the graphs. Hide some of the graphs. What else did we say? And we were saying get some more code reviews in. That's probably people have seen that, find out the hardest one, I think. But hey, on the Eddie Hub projects, you can come and review any PRs you want. I think it's really important. 30 thumbs up. Thank you so much, Tamal. Let's get it to 50. Let's go.
I think I recently started liking the whole badges because people use 4, 5, 7, even 10 on the profile. I think 1 or 2 is good. Where you it's still, I don't use any, but still 1 or 2 is good. But having a whole profile, 90% of the profile with the badges is not so good. I will generally skip that profile. Yeah.
Yeah, the whole point is you want to kind of tell a story, and you want to lead
Yeah.
people down a story, and you want to kind of almost hook them right at the beginning. That's why I think the banner's pretty good, and then you want them to go further and further. So, okay, and we suggested try to do some more code reviews. Okay, let me give that a close, and we'll move on to the next one. And Tom reviewed this a while ago. I'm a bit behind and slow. That's why I'm going to be doing more of these, try and do them weekly to try and catch up. Another profile review. Okay. Let's have a look. What have we got? Again, laptop with stickers in the photo. I think that looks pretty cool. What do you all think? What does
You will
everyone
always love
think?
that. I know that. You will get extra 20 points for that. So, yeah.
Yeah, they get extra 20 points for that, and they're part of the Eddie Hub org, so extra 20 points again, so that's good. Then they got the sponsors button. I love it.
Yeah. And one of the best things, they are part of some good organization. If you scroll down, if you see they are from AppRight as well. AppRight.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, nice. Data on Kubernetes and FOSS Asia. I need to check out FOSS Asia. Cool. But they've got a nice description. They haven't got their location, which I think maybe that would be a bit helpful. This animated GIF is quite funny. I think there's something at the top, but we can't see it because I think it's broken. Like up here, I'm selecting the page just to see this white box. But I think if I refresh it, I wonder if it will come back and work. I think there's something up there, but it's not working on Safari again. A nice table here looks good. Really, good on space. Find me on the internet. Languages and tools, I think, is a bit big. Like a lot of white space. I don't know, quite a bit of white space. White space is good, though, I suppose. But it looks good. Only a couple of graphs, 1 row, which I think is really tasteful, really good. It looks good. They haven't enabled contributor graphs, though. It probably might be worth enabling that. I don't know what people think. What do people think about enabling the contributors graph? The best one I know is Eddie Hub. Yes, thank you. Extra 20 points to Rakesh. Yeah, I don't know. Does everyone have their contributors graph enabled? You have yours, Tom. You have yours, Pradumna, as well, don't you? So, Schmelto. I think it's like this. I copy and paste it usually. Damn it. How did I spell it wrong? Did I put an extra E in there? No, I've already spelled that wrong. Oh, I got it right. Yes. So, thanks for the sponsor, Tom. And part of Eddie Hub. Let's have a look. Yeah, again, having the graph, I think, enabled is good. I think it just gives a bit more, you stand out, give a bit more insights. So it looks good as well. Really clean.
No. One point, want to say that Tom does not sponsor you. You sponsor Tom.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I get confused. Okay, cool. Yeah. Thanks for clarifying. No problem. All is good. Oh, yeah, sponsoring. Yes, thank you so much.
Just for the clarity, I said that.
Here's a great question actually from Tamal. Tamal, thank you so much. How many pinned repos should you have? So I recommend 2 or 4. So you can see Tom has got 4, and you can see they've got 6. I think 6 is a little bit too much in my opinion. I think if the customized repo is tiny, you could get away with 6. But if you've got more than kind of 1 page, in my opinion, you've got more than 1 page of customization, then maybe 6 is a bit too much. What do you think, Pradumna?
Yeah, I think 4. And one more thing about that, write a good description. Or if you see my current pin repos, all have a brief description about the whole project. I think people generally add single liner or because it's catchy. Because if something is good, people will click on that repo. If it's blank, no one gonna open that. Yeah.
That's so true, right? You know, this is a React application. I think, yeah, you're right. They could put more of a description to make it more catchy. I definitely agree. Right? It's kind of GitHub repos. People want more stars and more contributors, and I guess people need to think of it like a blog post or a YouTube video or a tweet. Like you got to kind of like hook people into going to look more. It's not just about the code. You got to kind of get them to go look at the
Absolutely.
code and contribute. So
If
let
you
me go on. Carry on. Sorry.
No, if you see my the current repo, which is open source with Pradumna, I just have a good description and just pinned on the on the first point, and I don't even generally tweet about that, but it's still getting it is getting a good amount of stars. Yeah.
Yeah, really good. 244. So that's really nice. Yeah, that's a great idea. So I want to leave that as a comment. Suggest only pinning for repos. Otherwise, yeah, it looks good. Oh, and the banner at the top, I think doesn't quite work. I think the first, and someone could raise an issue, right? If anyone wants any green squares, you could raise an issue on the repo and get a green square and say this doesn't work in Safari. I think the first banner doesn't work in Safari. So these are me leaving my notes, but don't forget that you could raise anything you believe in. You could raise some issues on this on the repos and get some green squares. Okay,
But
next. Oh, go on. Sorry.
no, I was just saying that it's really annoying that Safari does not support that, because a few days back I was hosting something, and I just pushed the SVG image and it was not showing up. So it's really annoying sometimes, because you can't test out those things.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It is quite annoying. You'd think in 2022 they would have fixed it by now. I think. Did you say to pronounce your name Aaron? Was that correct? Is that how you said to pronounce it? Yes, two or four. I think so, not three, because you'll waste a space. So if I scroll down, if you did 3 or 5, you're wasting that space. So make use of that space. So I think definitely pick an even number for the pinned repos. How to increase achievements? Just contribute to open source projects, and you can do this. So in the EdiHub GitHub org, we have steps to getting started. So if you go to the EdiHub org, or I'm viewing it as a member, but if you view it as public, we have steps to get started, and you can get some green squares on Hacktoberfest practice repo, link free repo, and so forth. So yeah, highly recommend doing that. How to join
One more
EdiHub?
thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you just scroll down and you see the snake graph, snake eating the graph, it does not also works on Safari as well. I removed recently. I've not recently, back in 2 3 months back. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That sometimes works and sometimes doesn't. It's a bit hit or miss. So yeah, I think it's been seen so many times that it's not so worth having it. For those of you who are asking how to join the EdiHub org, I'm going to share this link in the chat. You go create an issue on the support repo, and you create the one that you want, which is, in this case, invite to GitHub organization, and it will automatically send you an invite, and you have to accept it, and so forth. So let me just share that in the chat. So thanks for the question. Hopefully I haven't missed too much in the chat. Let's have a look. Updated like a resume. So what do you all think about this profile? Let me catch up with the chat and let me know what you all think. Astronaut, you're not late, don't worry. Always great to have everyone here and join when they can. I appreciate everyone's busy on a Monday. Draw achievement. Oh, the quick draw. That is closed within 5 minutes of opening. Yeah, 5 minutes is fast. So there are some new ones coming out all the time, which is quite interesting. By the way, everyone, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and check out Pradumna's Twitter profile in the description below as well. So what do you think? First impression. So I think it's a duplicate information, like having the logo here and then the logo at the top. What do you think?
Yeah, same. Because I think if you are an organization, that logo make much more sense. But as an individual, the logo does not make much more sense to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and a good suggestion by Tamar, banner with a logo, or maybe actually having a profile picture would be useful. Um, I agree. I think I just lost my my initial starting. Where is it? I wanted this. This is what I wanted to shut up. Here we go. Some suggestions. Logo suggest having a banner and profile pic of you. I think it just goes such a long way. Maintainer at data on Kubernetes, awesome. They got their location, which is nice. And yeah, some badges, which is great. Part of Eddie Hub, which is awesome. Nice one row. I think I've seen some people who have organizations that are like 5 rows long. I think it's just the opposite. It's just too many. 45 thumbs up. Yes, thank you all.
I have a small question for you, Eddie. Just for example,
Sure.
sub-countries. Just for example, India has 29 or 29 states, and if you see Chennai, so what do you think? What is the location?
I know that's in India, so I know the time zone it's in. So I think having a bit more potentially, or put both. You could put Chennai,
Yeah,
comma India, and then
that's
therefore
my point.
someone. Yeah, exactly. If someone doesn't know where it is, because if I said a city in England or Portugal, people might not know what it
Absolutely.
is. So I wonder what I have in mind. You got me thinking. You got me worried now. What do I
You have
put?
multiples, I guess.
Oh yeah, I need to fix that. I need to change that because that breaks, like you said, when someone uses the API and tries to get my
Uh,
location. I should put
I
my
think I
current
think
location.
I think at a point of time, the one page will all become your locations, and it's good till the.
I should try and put my current location so people know the time zone that I'm in. That's the first thing when like people always ask me what time zone you're in, Andy, because it's always changing. But no, it looks good. They've got languages. They've got tools. How to reach me. They could probably put that in one line. I think
Yeah,
potentially. I think that could work. How to reach me. Badges could be in one line to save vertical space. Right, you want to. There's a good question actually here. Let's have a look. How to make it less cluttered and fun to read. I think this is actually it's quite hard to do. So I don't think there's an easy way to do it. I obviously have a free course with some suggestions on it. So if anyone wants to take that, you can. But I think it's hard to do, and it's impossible to get it right first, second, or 10th time. So I think people should do something, and then they should just improve on it as they get feedback and continually improve on it. So I think a lot of people kind of naturally keep adding more and more to it. Like at the beginning, it'll start off quite small, then they'll keep adding more to it, and then they'll realize it's cluttered, and then start reducing from it, and that's normal. So I think that's just a flow that we have to do. But it looks good. They've got lots of contributions. Just very commit heavy is the only thing that I would say. I might
yeah. I
suggest
was just
that.
checking that.
Suggest having less commit and more for other contributions, because they are other contributions. I think that's important for people to see that. Otherwise, it looks good. Okay. If there's no other thoughts, let's see what else people say. Yeah, I prefer city and country. I think it makes sense. Absolutely. Which things needs to be a maintainer? Question for Pradumna also. Pradumna, you go first.
Yeah, which things need to be maintained. Means what things you should do to become a maintainer. I think that is the question.
I think so. Yeah.
I think the best way is to start adding values, reviewing the PRs, leaving the comment where the person is. For example, the if person has some done mistakes or spelling. I think 10 out of 4 or 5 PRs have some kind of mistake. You can just leave a comment and leave a comment by review on the file changes. So you will get a one green square if you directly leave a comment. It will have plain comment. So if you want to get a green square, go on file changes and leave a comment. Even you have some thoughts, even you have some questions, just put it. Why this is like that, or if you can you modify something like that. I think the best way to start. And this way, for example, recently our Rakesh joined our maintenance team. He was just reviewing the PR continuously for around 15 days or 20 days. Just I reach out to Rakesh and maintain a team. Yeah, just you keep adding the values.
Yeah, like you said, keep adding the value. I think that's so important, and show it that it's consistent. You got to. I think people need to show that it's not. Oh, I'm excited today. I'm gonna review PRs today, and that's it. It's kind of gone. I think doing it consistently is important. I mean, look at this example. So Sharon is giving me the running numbers of the thumbs up, and that's really helpful for me because I asked for it earlier on, but I can't keep switching between StreamYard, GitHub. So this is really helpful for me because they know that I'm looking at the chat. So thank you so much for sharing this. And I think people need to realize it's about adding value all the time. So don't think it's about how many changes you make or how many green squares you make or how much noise you make. It's not. It's how much value to add. And putting the thumbs up kind of every 5 minutes or whatever, giving me an update, or every milestone on the thumbs up, look, we passed 50 now, adds value. So thank you so much for doing that, and I think that's a great example of showing people what you do. So I think get involved in code reviews, but make sure you're not just saying approve and not adding value. Make sure you're giving feedback from your perspective. You don't have to be an expert. Asking a question about why have you done it this way, or I don't understand this, could you explain it to me? That's adding value because it'll make people think, is this the best way to do it? So how to increase code reviews, as in to give code reviews or to get code reviews on your project? While we're waiting for the answer to that, let's continue. You can create an issue on the support repo saying invite me to the organization, and it will send you an invite to the GitHub org, and join us on Discord. Link in the description below. Add value, get value. I love that. Okay, so I think I've put some comments for this one already. I'm going to close that and move on to the next one. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. They can also watch the live stream to see the chat we had. Okay. Next one, what have we got? We've got a lot of profiles. I think that's the one we just did. What's this one? Portfolio. Is it on? It's not on GitHub. Did they share a GitHub link? Okay, we'll come back to that one another time. Again, to save time, I don't want to search around. Oh, I suppose I can figure out the repo from the URL. Actually, let me go back one. I can figure out the repo from the URL because it's a GitHub link. No, it's not.
You can't. I think it's a custom domain. You can't figure out that.
This one, I think I can figure out, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But I have one trick to figure out that thing. You just add some random after slash, and it will show 404 from the GitHub side. That is also one trick.
That's quite funny. I was going to look at their repos, but I think your way sounds better. So you're saying that. Oh, no, wrong way. Okay, sorry. So you're saying add some mistakes to this?
No. It is already GitHub.io. It is already but on some custom domain thing.
Okay, got you. And then I was thinking if I add it here, it will bring up the repo. Okay, so it is open source. I guess they're using GitHub Pages to host this. View all branches.
Yeah, it's weird.
That is strange. I'm not sure. Okay, so we will come back to that because if it's not open source, we don't want to review it. I'll put a comment. I'll research it later. So let's move on to the next one. Another GitHub profile. Okay. Let's have a look. I think I've lost my clipboard. I did. Okay. What does everyone think? We've got a banner this time. So that's good, right, everyone? And while you're all having a look, thank you so much, Pradumna. See, love this. Adding value. Awesome. So the question is to add value and do it properly. Your perspective, asking questions, does something not make sense to you? Someone could write something and it makes sense to them. Then you asking questions is important, or do you notice a mistake, something inconsistent with the other pull requests or not with the project standards? So yeah, I highly recommend just practicing, just try some small PRs first and get used to it, and then you can go to bigger ones.
I think the best repo to start is the Hacktoberfest. Come on Hacktoberfest, they are non-code reviews, so you will get a good sense how to, because in reviews generally there are three things. One is comment, one is approval, and third is request changes. So it's better to get understanding of all these three with the non-code contributions. So that's the best way to start with the Hacktoberfest. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, with Hacktoberfest, you're right. You can practice the workflow, get to kind of network with people. People can kind of help you out, and then you can kind of move on to bigger ones.
So we've got a big, what do you call it? A big banner. Only thing is I think it's too big. I'd probably take off a quarter of it. But otherwise it looks good. They've got their name, which I think is really useful. They've again maybe put, like you said, comma India afterwards to know which country. Got some badges, which is nice. What's this one? A report that has many stars. Cool.
Yeah, it's 12 stars.
Got you. Lots of organizations. I think people will be careful not going to too many organizations. It starts, I think, having the opposite effect, in my opinion. What do you all think? What do you think is a good number of organizations? For me, it's 1 to 2 lines. Oh, sorry, like half a line to 2 lines, absolute tops. What do you think, Pradumna?
Yeah, I was back part of around 10 organizations, but I recently reduced to 3 or 4 or 5 because I think having a multiple organization does not add any value. Previously, I used to think that back in when I and one point I want to add that the GitHub has really introduced a great thing: achievements. You don't have to look at your anything. You can just go on achievements and understand the whole thing. If the person is collaborating or not, hosting good projects or not, or reviewing good, because everything has some badges and it's already giving you summary of something like that. That's good.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, GitHub are making it easier and easier for
Yeah,
us to kind of
absolutely.
understand. And if we want to dig deeper, right? The whole point of these achievements is not like, I'm going to hire this person. They've done 2 pull requests. No, it's they've done 2 pull requests. Let me go have a look at them. I can get to them a lot easier. That's the benefit of them.
Yeah.
So we said maybe reduce the banner size. They got the connect with me, which is great. I love this. I know this is the default that GitHub creates when you customize your repo, but I just think it's so clean and simple. I really enjoy this. I would probably say center these because the ones up above are centered just to keep it consistent. I finally achieved the diamond graph on the 1st of November. That's nice. That's really, really nice. I haven't seen that before. Someone taking a screenshot and sharing it. I think that looks good.
It's pretty long.
It's pretty long though. You're right. So how many pages is that?
I think
Go on,
last
sorry.
section, last Mona section where mascot is there. I think that can be reduced. Yeah.
So maybe visitor count. I think it's probably a good one. What does everyone think of visitor count?
I'm personally not a fan of that.
Yeah, me neither. Visitor counter. What does everyone else think in the chat? Let's have a look. Visitor counter doesn't add value. Yeah, exactly. I think you can refresh it. Okay, say the visitor counter had 1. Would we value the profile any less? I wouldn't. Say the visitor counter had 100,000. Would we think it's more valuable? No, I don't think so. Yeah. So because you can just cheat it, right? You can just game it. You can just refresh the page. So I don't think it adds value. These add value, I think, a little bit, just to see how many people they're following, how many people follow. Well, not value, but more interesting. Let's say.
I'm pretty bad at following. I think I should follow more people on the GitHub.
Yeah. Follow more people or organize. You can follow organizations now, which is quite good. So yeah. They got a lot of green squares, which is nice, really good. And it's not a bad graph. It's not just commit heavy. It's not like it's not heavy to one side. It's a bit of a diamond, so it looks good.
It's really interesting. The issue side is very heavy, and what the person is opening, what kind of issues the person is opening. It's really interesting. It's very heavy.
Yeah. But it's good that it's not just one side heavy, like most people are just commit heavy. So it is quite interesting. They've got a good description on these things as well. I think it's just the length of the profile, maybe the banner. So that's good. And orgs are there as long as you add value there. Yeah, it's true. I think people use it as a badge of honor, and sometimes you might have one there as like a badge of honor. But it's just definitely something you don't want to collect loads of badge of honors. So that's super true. I think being part of some organizations help. It does look like you're collaborating with, look more collaborative, but I think you don't want to have like 100 because then that's the opposite. Then you're clearly, it's just kind of gaming the system. So yes, I had many forked. So I created my personal organization for organizing. Yeah, you could do that. You could do that. I think Naomi has like an archive organization. I think she puts all her repos that are archived in there. I just keep everything in my profile. If it's from me, otherwise if it's EddieHub, obviously it's in the organization. So yeah, it's interesting to see how the people do it. I don't think there's like
I
a
think
perfect solution. So go ahead, Praduma.
I think you don't have to more create organization because GitHub recently had added option for the archiving any project, so you will not get any pull requests or issues. So just archive it. I think when you are not any, for example, recently someone raised an issue on my previously Android project, and I think is I can't even review and something like that. So I just close their pull request by saying sorry, or this project is not more than functional, but and then I archive that project.
Got you. Yeah, I think as long as everything's done in like a friendly way, it doesn't matter if people want to close things. I think that's why I always tell people to look at people's projects before contributing to see if it is friendly, so you don't kind of waste time on it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
We've got another profile. Let's have a look. I think it's like a really clear like of the face, which I think is really good. So I think that's good. They've got their name. They've got a sponsors button, which is awesome. Like people want to give you money, people. So put a sponsors badge there, so people can. Another badge. Which badge is this? Oh, this is the Arctic one. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, it's a similar sort of thing as well with the animated on Safari. About me. Tech stacks. Support me. Buy me a coffee. Visitor counter, I'd probably suggest removing. I used to do this. I don't know what you all think about this. Let me know in the chat and Praduma as well. Like recent activity. I used to do this, but I removed it because I feel it's at the bottom down here anyway. What do you think?
I think if you just click on any project, you will get whole the list of the merge PR. I think does not make any sense because and at the same time, people don't have time to see like that. They just go on your profile and see what PRs are you have merged. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And they've got 3 pinned, so I think definitely having it even. Pinning even number of repos, 2 or 4, is best to make use of the space. There we go. And they've got some pull requests with their commits, so that's good. It's not too heavy either way. Most language used, I think it's out of date very, very quickly, so I would suggest moving that or at least hiding it. But looks good. Oh, and the banner doesn't work in Safari. Banner doesn't work well in Safari. Cool. That was good. We did that quite quickly. Let's go to the next one. Oh, we reviewed one of theirs today already, so we won't review another one of theirs today. How are we doing on time? I think it's time to start picking from the audience. What does everyone else think? We've got a repo. Let's do a repo first, and then maybe we can start picking out people from the audience. So let's have a look. What's your first impression on this repo, Praduma?
That looks good. Yeah, I think the file are very organized. The person is using releases, but it is not automated. Yeah, it's look good. I just have a question, Eddie. What's your thoughts on emojis on the commit message? Because I am not fan of that. Because many CLIs does not support that, and you will get a blank question mark. And if you are resetting something like that, or some kind of going back in the commit, it's hard. So, what's your thoughts on that?
I don't use it. I don't like it. I'm not against it. If people really want to use it, then fine. But I don't use it in any of my projects or EddieHub projects. I don't think it's, like you said, it's not always supported. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of it personally. I love to hear what other people think in the chat. But yeah, I'm the same with you.
I think at the accessibility point of view, it's also not good. Yeah.
That's very, very true. And I like seeing the comments here as well. Don't use recent activity in your README. It creates a lot of empty commits. That's very true. I didn't think about that. That will. Adil, yes, you can contribute to Linktree. Linktree is an open source alternative to Linktree. So definitely go contribute. You can add your profile. We've got version 2 coming out soon as well using Next.js and Mongo, where we have statistics. People can see what links are clicked more and how many times their profile is visited. Thank you, Tom, for sharing. That's awesome. Question from Jasham, hopefully I pronounced it right. How experienced people like 3+ years can get remote jobs? I see people with 0+ years getting jobs, remote jobs. It's you got to show people how good you are, not tell them. So forget resume, forget LinkedIn. You got to show them with open source. We have people in the GitHub community. My clients are in there, so we have people getting remote roles there. And I actually released a video, I think last Wednesday, with Confidence from, I forget the name of the open source project, but he got a job as a student because he just created a blog post and I think a YouTube video on their open source project and loved it and said, hey, can we pay you to do more? So go watch that video. We've even got Confidence in there and Rishab, the person who hired him. So you can see both sides of the story. So go have a watch of that. Okay, so everyone, we're going to continue reviewing this for a moment, but while we're doing this, don't forget to put your issue numbers of your projects, your profiles in the chat, and we can go pick some of those at random and review them as well. We've been going for about an hour now, so it'll be good for the last 20-30 minutes to review yours.
Yeah, I was going through the project. I have a couple of suggestions. For example, first thing is that you can add pull request templates, and person is not running any workflows, GitHub actions, which can be run for auto releases and some kind of testings. And third one is, I think you can just hide wikis if you are not using that.
Very, very true. Creating releases. Okay, and then you said hiding the wiki if they're not using it. Let's click the wiki and find out. They're not using it. Hide wiki as not being used. Always hide the features you're not using. They are using releases, which is great. But pull request template, and the way you can see this, go to insights, then community standards.
Yeah,
and they haven't got pull request templates.
Yeah, one thing, one more weird thing. If you scroll down in the README, you will see a demo section, and demo section is blank. If you don't have anything, you can just remove that. Yeah,
it's a good point. But I highly recommend using that. Demos section in the README is blank. Suggest removing. Makes sense. Good spot. So I think these are probably all H1s, which is not a good thing for accessibility. Is not great. Let's go have a look. So if we go to raw, they're all H1s. There should only be H1s on the page. So I highly recommend using H2s and so forth. All
I
titles.
recently started using it too. Yeah.
All titles and README are H1.
I think adding a live video, live version of demo in some kind of GIF or video, something in the demo section, it looks much better. And
that's true. But they've got a screenshot which looks good. I think that's always good to see. I think I would put one screenshot at the top, like to get that impact, get hook people right straight away. Not all of them. They've got multiple of them, so I recommend they have those in the screenshot section still. But just one screenshot at the top to kind of hook people. I look for releases. I look for the last commit. So the last commit's a bit old, so maybe the project isn't active anymore, but they've got a release, so it looks professional. They've got environments. They've got a description. Yes, that all looks good. What else? And they've got how to use this. Probably maybe have it slightly higher up. Although they've got features, I suppose, so it's good to have that. Just maybe one screenshot at the top. Go on, sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Don't you think the features list is too long for the? It can be explained 2 or 3 features in a single line.
Possibly a bit long. You're right. It's going into details, which is probably too much details. So if you could, group them together, I think would be useful. And it looks like they have a project board. So let's have a look and see.
I just checked. It's not functional.
There's not everything's been done. So it looks like the project's finished. So if the project's finished, then maybe suggest that, or maybe rewrite it to say, I don't know, final version or something. I don't know. But just again, to give that impression. They've got a deployed version here, so they've got a link, and they've got the link up here as well, which is great. That looks good. Just a few tweaks. Okay, so let me close that. Has anyone shared any of their issues in the chat? Let's have a look. What have we got? Do I do weekly project reviews, open source project reviews? I do try. So I try to do them once a week on a Monday now. I'm trying to get a bit more organized. So yeah, Monday trying to do reviews, and then Fridays are more a guest trying to teach me something, so teach Eddie style, or me coding. So this Friday, we're all going to be working on a link-free project on a live stream. So if you want to get some green squares, get involved in the link-free project, then I want to be coding on that, and you all can come and help me, and you can all contribute to the project as well. Okay, so we have got Wazik, the first person to make a suggestion. So let's go have a look at that. So let me just open this one and change the number. So we've got 3116. Let's have a look. And it's a project, okay. You can see Tom's already gone in there. Oh, 2 minutes ago, nice. I was going to say like a year ago. So it looks good. Okay, so what does this project do? Ultimate testing framework for any application on any platform. Okay, so first impression, 14 days ago, looks pretty new. I think that looks good. What else? Got a description. We know what it does now. We know what it's about. Looks nice. It's got releases. Nice. Contributors. Oh, it's on Product Hunt. I don't use Product Hunt. I'd be interested to know, is it worth putting people's projects on Product Hunt? Should I put the link-free project on Product Hunt, maybe after the migration? What do you all think?
Yeah, it's worth. I think if your product is solving some kind of issue, it's good because lots of people are on. Finding some good projects, and even many people get funding from the Product Hunt itself. Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I don't really know much about it. I just created an account very recently on there. Okay. I think the GitPod badge looks a bit strange here on the side. I'd probably, maybe nudge it up or down or something, just away from that section. It gets a bit lost, but it's great that you've got that. I think you're using H1s for everything again, maybe, and it's not good for accessibility. And it's not going to be good. I'm going to show you a little trick here. It came out maybe a year ago. You've got a table of contents. You actually don't need this. Because if I scroll up, you'll see now this is pinned at the top, everyone. So if you look, if I scroll down, it's here. It's halfway through the page. But if I scroll up, it gets stuck to the top. And if you click on it, it gives you your table of contents. I would suggest, actually that is a H1 and that might be a H2. So it might be okay. So it might not be too bad, but I don't think this table of contents is needed. I think you're stopping people from looking at the screenshots. I don't think you need to put a screenshot of code though. I'd use a code block for that, and it would make better use of the width. There's a good contribution that somebody can do. I've just got a dog that's just come in here and scared the crap out of me. Jinga, you scared me, go away. Sorry. Something's nudging my leg. I'm thinking, what's going on? What were you going to say, Pradumna?
I think I have some thoughts about this project. For example, first one, too many screenshots, because I think having a working project screenshot make much more sense because people can just go in the project and have a code look. And second thing, having a screenshot is more bad because you can't copy that. So
yes.
And the second thing is auto releases. It does not have auto releases, I think. One more thing.
Let me write some of this down. Keep going. Table of content is not required.
Yeah, I think emojis thing is totally personal. I think if I comment on that, it will be wrong. Yeah, it's good.
Code screenshots are not great. Suggest using code blocks. And these are some contributions that everyone can make. So anyone watching who wants some green squares on their profile today, I suggest raising an issue, seeing if the maintainer wants to accept that, and if you're happy to take the risk, then maybe just remove that screenshot and replace it with, it is an SVG, it's not an image. Okay, interesting. So you can kind of copy and paste it, kind of. It looks a bit weird. I guess if you click on it, does it go to the file? Oh, it
No,
goes
no,
to the file. Okay.
no, it's an image itself. I think it's something happening weirdly.
Oh, it's a PNG. It's Mac trying to be clever. Yes, so Mac released a new
Yeah,
feature where it tries to get text out of
yeah.
the image. Right. Okay, got you. So you're absolutely
And
right.
one more thing, yeah, yeah.
I was going to say thanks for joining, Tom. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. Sorry, go on, Pradumna.
Yeah, Tom is super helpful every time. Yeah, I just want to say that Gitpod icon does not look very. It's
Yes,
very
it's true.
inside. You can just center out just below the product hunt, so just people can see that.
Yeah, absolutely right. Good idea. Font issue. What's the font issue? Increase the font for me or for their image. I think they should do it as a code block, to be honest. Therefore, they can increase it as the user needs to as well. Hey Sabrina, how you doing? How was your vacation? Hey Carl, how you doing? Carl and Tom are taking it in turns. Tom leaves, Carl joins.
Yeah. One more point. For
Sure.
example, people are using relative links for the images. Try to use drag and drop links. They are far much more better and lightweight. Yeah.
Are they in the project under like
Yeah.
assets or something?
Yeah. Just the screenshot
Okay.
ones.
Yeah. Okay, got you. Oh, I don't think you need to add the VS Code file as well. VS Code folder. I know people add it. I think you could do it. It could be done maybe a bit differently, but I'm not keen on having that added myself. My personal opinion. Okay, let's need one more day. We always need one more day holiday, I think, as well. I'm glad you had a good time, Sabrina. And how's your open source going? How's your link-free contribution going? Okay, so let's bring up the next one. So I'm going to close that. I'm going to commit this. Not commit this, sorry. Add the comment. And who else have we got in the chat? Any issue numbers? Anyone want theirs reviewed? If not, we've got loads more here we can review. But we'd love to have a look at your projects in the chat, especially people who've been here since the beginning. Let us know. And if you want to contribute while we're waiting, another great project you can contribute to. Carl has an awesome project on EdiHub, which is Good First Issue Finder. It's using the Svelte Kit framework. And if you want to make contributions, if you want to find good first issues on GitHub, it's a great place to check. But also, if you want to get into front-end styling, it's using Tailwind CSS, which we're using in a new version of Linkfree. Any features, and it's using GitHub's APIs. Any suggestions? Feel free to contribute, everyone.
Yeah, and if you want to add your issue to the Good Finder, you can just use the EdiHub colon and Good First Issue, and your issue will show up on the Good Finder issue. Yeah,
That's true. Yep, that's very true.
Yeah, I think we should add that in the project. Yeah, it's mentioned.
Is it mentioned?
I think it's not visible. I think we should more bold it out.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. So I think we should have like a section at the top that says, if you want your project to appear in this list, add the issue, EdiHub colon. EdiHub colon good first issue. So I agree with that. Great idea. Great idea to do that. But yeah, great project. Always making improvements. Okay, so we've got another one. We've got Himant 4996. Let's have a look. 4996. We've got a GitHub profile. Okay. And Rohit, with the Linkfree is a React project. So go check that out as well. I don't know what viddep is. I'm not sure what that means. This trip was no laptop, but I'm off. Created a pull request. Should be there today. Okay, Sabrina, I'm going to look out for your pull request. I'm excited about it. If you need any help, ask in Discord. We're all there to help. Okay, so thanks for what do you call it? Bringing this forward, sharing this. I've beaten Tom, which I'm quite happy about. You got some cool badges. Okay, looks good.
Yeah, same the animated thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't work in Safari. so it's not such a great thing to have. You're not part of EdiHub organization, so I'm going to cry. So come and join us in EdiHub GitHub org. What else? The skills goes over just on 2 lines. I think try and get down to 1 line because it just takes up a bit more space. Well, if I reduce the size, I don't know if it's because I have it zoomed in. No, it still takes up 2 lines. So yeah, I suggest getting it down to 1. Let's see. You got some of these. Here's a random joke, and you got more info. Like I like the collapsible stuff, so that looks good. I'd probably have get in touch not in the collapsible section because that's quite important. Suggest having the get in touch. You want to make that as easy as possible for people to get in touch with you. Get in touch out of the collapsible collapse.
Just your thoughts on, for example, we will add 4 or 6 socials, even Instagram, LinkedIn, and everything. What's your thoughts? I just have Twitter and just website. What's your thoughts on that?
I think 4 or 6 is also fine. It's not a problem. I mean, it's not a huge list, so I think that's okay. Yeah, I don't have, as long as it's not like 2 lines of badges or icons. I think that's fine. I think it's okay. Yeah, and suggest removing the profile reviews. Suggest removing profile reviews.
Profile views, I think.
Profile views. What do I call? Oh, yes. Sorry. It's been a long day for me. I need to record a YouTube video after this for Free Code Camp, so hopefully I don't make too many mistakes in that.
This is recorded this time.
Yes. Oh. So what else? Yeah, so the Safari, so the animated GIF, second animated text doesn't work well in Safari. Okay, let's come down to here. Oh, and that's not, the last one as well doesn't work too well. Second and last. Okay, we got 4 pinned, which is great. Very commits heavy, so try and get some code reviews, issues, and pull requests would be good, I think, to balance it out. Commit heavy, suggest doing issues, pull requests, and reviews, not views this time. But yeah, hopefully that helps. But looks good. And you've contributed to EdiHub. You just need to join EdiHub now. But yeah, otherwise it looks good. Again, I'd personally have a picture of you up here. I think it would be, it'd be more. A hiring manager would see a person and kind of relate to it a bit more, rather than avatar.
One thing more. You just see the waving sign of after the hi. It's also sometimes it's often breaks, not sometimes. It's often breaks.
Sorry, say that again.
The waving emoji, which is it's often break.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got you. Yeah, things that break are not so good. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So what have we got next? Let's have a look. Okay. Cool, will do. Okay, brilliant. Sabrina, we're all going to look at your PR. So Albert, let's have a look. I'm just picking some at random, so I miss yours. When I ask for some more issues, just share it again. 4998. Let's have a look. GitHub profile. Okay. Let's have a look. Profile picture, great. I think it's really good. I feel like I know that person already, so I really like that. You've got your name up here, which is awesome. Description. Location again, time zones, so that's good. Website and Twitter. You got some sponsors and you're sponsoring people. Recognize some people. Here's Avi and Pedro and so on. Awesome. Got some badges. What's this one? Public sponsor. Nice. Organizations. Not part of EdiHub yet. You need to join EdiHub. Get SU extra points. Wow. Look at those green squares.
I want some.
Yeah, I want some too. I would just say, very commit heavy. Try and do some of the others. Very commit heavy. Suggest doing code reviews, issues, pull requests. What else have we got? Let's scroll to the top. I do like it. It's really short. I think that's like 1 page customized. I really like that. I don't know what you all think. I think one page is really good. I'm interested to see if it is. I'm interested to see how correct this graph is, because there's most used language PHP. But I wonder if that's a recent thing or it's just bringing up old stuff as well. So just something to think of. So I think it looks really good. You know, you got a bit about yourself, and you got this, and you got a special sponsor. So that's great. And then you've got some badges as well. Maybe put it on one line potentially. I don't know. Just a personal opinion there. But yeah, I think it looks really good. Any suggestions, Pradumna?
Yeah, I like.
Profile views.
Yeah, I think it's look really good, and it's simple. The person has contributed some great repos as well. But I think the person can add little bit more about themselves, and yeah, and I think a banner with some description below will look much more attractive, and you can just use the badges below that. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah, no, great suggestions. Okay, awesome. Albert, thank you so much for submitting your profile. Looks good. It's interesting to see one that's smaller. We usually see them really, really big, so it's great to see one smaller, less than the page. But yeah, it looks good. Hopefully that helps. Let's check out the chat and see. I have to catch up on some of the chat that I missed. Thank you, Rakesh. Yes, give the video a thumbs up, everyone. It really helps support the channel. How many thumbs up? Here we go. Tamal says 68. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, let me catch up with the chat while we're waiting for others to submit. It does look really, really good. Okay. Thanks for the reply. I have one more question. Of course. I love questions, so that's perfect. If I contribute to Eddie Hub project for 3 months with good amount of PRs merged, will I get remote jobs? I don't think anyone can give you a time. It really depends on so many variables. So I would just suggest just do it. You're going to learn so much. You're going to meet amazing people, and there's just so many benefits to doing it. So just do it. Thanks for watching the video. You're welcome. Thank you so much for the great feedback as well. How to enable sponsors. I think you just go to GitHub sponsors. It's not in every country yet, so you have to see they're rolling out more and more. So I think it's rolled out to 30 more countries.
Yeah,
so,
37 more.
Yeah, so I think
30.
Yeah, they have quite a lot. I think in total they must have like 60 countries by now or something.
Yeah.
So you can see here are all the new countries. So definitely go. And if it's not available in your country, make sure you add yourself to the waiting list. I think that's how they prioritize really.
Yeah.
Personal website review. If it's open source, then we can add it to the list and we'll go through it. So, yeah. Pradumna, when are you going to change your profile picture? What does Pradumna have at the moment?
Yeah, I am planning to do at 100K when.
Yeah, you need to change that profile picture.
Yeah, I need to. I am working on that.
Okay, good. Great question. Okay. Let's have a look. Should we do pull request review for open source project, random, or request PR review from some others? So if you've raised a pull request, then it will get reviewed by others. And then you should contribute your pull requests and review pull requests on community projects that you like, your friends' projects, or a company that you want to work for. I think would be a really good place to get known on. Don't do loads of random ones. Sorry, Pradumna, go ahead.
I just want to point out one thing. We just crossed 5,000 issues on support repo. That's a huge number.
Ah, that is, yeah. 5,000 issues.
Yeah.
On which one? On support repo?
Yeah, support repo. I think.
Sorry, how many issues? No, we have total. We have.
No. I think you have a label. You have selected labels. That's why it is not showing. If you go, yeah, that's it.
Oh, got you. Cool.
That's
okay, nice. Number. Yeah, really good number. And we got it down from 21 pages to 20, so that's good too.
Achievement.
Definitely an achievement. Okay, so Let's do one or two more reviews. What have we got? So everyone, I've missed the numbers you shared in the chat, so please just share the numbers again, and we'll pick
Yeah,
one at random.
5005.
Nice. And then give the video a thumbs up. I think Tamal said we're at 68. 68, let's get a bit more. What can we do?
You can pick the number 5005. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, is that the number? 5005. Sorry, I didn't realize you were saying that. My mistake. 5005. Okay, let's have a look. Okay. Looks good. We'll code for cookies. It's quite funny. I'd probably make more use out of that though. I'd try and talk more about what you can do. And you haven't joined EddieHub yet. Minus 10 points. No, just joking. And I'm interested in everything. Currently learning everything. Looking to collaborate on anything. I think that's quite funny. The only thing I would say is, if you're kind of learning everything or interested in everything, there's the saying we have in the UK, I don't know if it's everywhere else in the world, but if you're trying to do something in everything, you're kind of doing nothing. So I would be specific. I think you're probably hurting your profile by doing that. It looks funny, but...
Yeah.
Go ahead, Pradumna.
Yeah, I have some thoughts on that. Firstly, add a description. Second, your Twitter is breaking. Your Twitter links not work even on the badge as well as on the
Really?
below the social. Yeah. And
Okay.
third thing, you are using H1 tags below the profile. That is not good for the accessibility. Yeah.
That's true. Oh, for all of these. Okay, got you.
And I think one more thing about that, your profile does not portraying what are you trying. I think for a first thing, I cannot what kind of a developer you are. Are you an app developer? Are you a web developer? Are you from DevOps or something like that? I think first line or first banner should be really to the point. What are you really trying to achieve?
Very, very true. All right, 77 likes. Cool. Thumbs up. Yeah, I agree, right? You want to, if the hiring manager comes to your profile, you want to show them that, you're professional, you're serious. And like what area you're in, as Pradumna said, are you in web dev? Are you in mobile? Are you in Java, JavaScript, whatever it is? So I've got it down here. Passionate and dumb full stack. I wouldn't write that. I think you're hurting yourself, definitely. I would make it positive.
Yeah, and DevOps developer, it's misleading. It's DevOps developer, and it's spelled also wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's invalid user here. Blog posts are empty, so I'd remove those. You can put that back in when you have blog posts there, but I'd move it for now. It's quite long, but it's a good start. Just keep tweaking it and improving it. So I might just put a comment and say, quite long, suggest reducing or hiding some parts. But no, otherwise looks good. You got lots of green squares. So yeah, thank you so much for sharing. Okay. Who is next? We close these. Who have we got next? 5007. Okay, Pradumna is calling them out, so you need to be nice to Pradumna now. He's picking them.
I am always helpful. No need to sugarcoat anything.
So Omkar, great picture. Again, looks professional, but not like shirt and tie and really like formal. So it looks professional, but like still like natural at the same time. So that's good. EddieHub organization, yes. I like this. Oh, sorry, go on. No, you go ahead.
No, I was just saying about the animation stuff and the location stuff.
No, go ahead, say it.
Yeah, I was just saying that the animated GIF does not work and location is not there.
Yeah, it's true. That's a good idea. So add location helps with people knowing your time zone. Also, yeah, the animation doesn't work. Animated text does. not display correctly in Safari. I like this banner at the top. Omkar, did you create this or is it like a stock image? It looks really good. I like that you got this about yourself. Well, not sure why this image is a bit lower down. I think it kind of maybe just breaks the design a bit. It looks like something's broken, so I'll try and sort that out. And then GitHub stats, it's good. It's not too long. It looks good. Yeah, it looks nice.
One thing I want to point out, it's very minor thing. If you see the Python badge, it's have white background. It does not. No, it's not different. The background is white, so choose something different. It will look more good. Yeah.
It's true. Python badge doesn't have a.
Because I also use white theme, and you also use the white theme.
Yep. Okay, cool. But it looks good. What does everyone else think? Yeah, the animation is broken. Yeah, so many animations get broken.
Yeah.
GitHub and Twitter and Discord are new ways to approach for developers. Yeah, very true. Very, very true. I think literally in the last few months, I don't know, 6 or so people got hired in the GitHub community from our clients. So on Discord and Twitter and GitHub, so it makes so much sense. Centering the headings could be a thing instead of left. Yeah, potentially. It would match with the centering of this, at least. You're right, to be consistent. I'll let you write that down as a comment, but yeah, it's a good idea. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Should we do last one? Let's do last one. Okay, Pradumna, who are you going to pick as the last one?
I think there is no more issues. I'm trying to find out.
Okay, if there's no more, we can call it a day there, and I can go get my dinner as well. If no one else wants theirs reviewed. Everyone, don't forget, join us in GitHub Discord so we can chat between live streams and videos and Twitter Spaces. We do community calls. We just had one on the weekend. And we also do coding calls where I share my screen, all that great stuff. I look forward to geeking out with you all. Links are in the description below. Pradumna, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. And anything you'd like to shout out, Pradumna? Anything you'd like to share? Have you got any events coming up? Any content you've just created you'd like to share?
No, just creating content on Twitter and trying to cooperate with some YouTube videos because editing is really tough because I think quality is more over quantity. Yeah, so plannings for the YouTube. Yeah.
Awesome, looking forward to that. That sounds great. The Pradumna's Twitter link is in the description below, and I'm just going to share it in the chat again to make sure you can drop Pradumna a follow and you can see what he's up to. Thank you all so much for supporting. I really appreciate it. It's great to have you all here. So a big shout out to the ones who joined from the beginning as well. So thank you all so much. And we'll chat to you in Discord.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.